Dakshayani, able to see the slides? Dakshayani, slides ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಮ್ಮ? Anyone can answer, please?
Yes,
ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಣ್ತಿದೆ.
No ma'am, correct ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
Okay. We'll start or wait for 1 minute. Okay. 38 people. So if you come in middle, I have to bring down my slide window, then again admit you people. This becomes difficult. Forty, 41. Leaving me 2 minutes 39.
Actually, ma'am, last class sir has mistakenly ended the session. That's why they're joining again.
Last class? Yes, Raman? I didn't.
Last class sir has ended the session. That's why all of us are joining again.
Oh, okay. Ended, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is the problem. The other end, what is happening, we will not be knowing, right? That's the problem with the online. Okay, so you please just keep informing me whether, because sometimes some classes a long time back, what was happening is I was just sharing the window. You can see here in this presentation, there are different options. And I was sharing only window, then half of the slide was getting cut. But now what Google people are saying, see here, I think you can see, to avoid mirroring, don't share your entire screen. So that's the reason, let me try not to share complete screen. So I have just shared only the window. So in case if there is any cut in the your slides, please just keep informing me. Okay, so in the last class we have done with so in the last class we have started with the fourth module, and we have refreshed again what was there in the fourth module. Then enumeration we have started. So what is enumeration? Enumeration is similar like your constant. So if we say pi, so everyone, even closing also, they'll say what is the value of pi. Pi is 3.142, and we don't have rights to change the value of pi. Similar fashion, sometimes if I want second semester MCA students, so what 60 students are there, I want same names, I don't want to change, I want it to be in alphabetical order. So in that case, what is an option? So then we can use a list of named constant. List of named constant is called as a enumeration. That we have seen in the last class, and we have seen some program. So now how the enumeration is affecting or can be used in the inheritance. So that's what we'll be seeing in this class. So all enumerations are automatically inherited from java.language.enu. So what is this? So if I want to use any enumeration, what is the header file I have to use? I have to use a header file as java.language.enu. This class defines several methods that are available for use by all enumeration. We can obtain a value that indicates an enumeration constant's position in the list of constant. So what we are doing, position. Who is the first person? What is the USN of the first person? We know that USN is 01. What is the name of that person? Then you'll be saying Anaga is the first person. So who is the last person? The last person is Veena. So what is her USN? So her USN is 59. So like this, what we are doing, we are giving you the positions also. Who is first, who is last. But how come Veena is last? Why not Veena can be first? But if we sort it in alphabetical order, so we are giving A as first preference and V as last preference. So the same way here also, even in the enumeration also, we can fix the constant position. So where should be my position? So that's what we have seen one lab program where days of a week, that's what we have seen. Sunday, they have told in the title itself, first you take the position Sunday as 0 and the last you make it as a 7th day as a Saturday. That's what they have given. So the positions also they are fixed there. 0 stands for Sunday, 1 stands for Monday. Like this, they fix it. So the same way here also we can fix the enumeration constant positions in the list. So this is called its ordinal value. So what does that mean? The position fixing is called as ordinal value. Now Anaga USN is 01. We are fixing her in the first position. So such way of ordering. So we write in your attendance also, and we call every day USN 1, and some staff may call your names so that we can remember. So it left to the staff. So this way ordering positioning is called, with respect to enumeration, is called as a ordinal value. And if I want to retrieve, so I want to know, maybe in your class there are Sushmitas too. I don't remember whether Sushmita 14 and 15, but I don't know which Sushmita is exactly what. Yes, whether US or some initials are changed. So to retrieve them also it will be difficult. So then what we do, we have a unique USN number, that is one is 14, another person, Sushmita 1 may be 14, another is 15, but at least there is a difference between these two. USN is different. Maybe their names are same, but still the USN is different. So that's what here it is retrieved by calling the ordinal methods. How do we retrieve them? So that's what here in retrieving we have something called as a final int ordinal. So this is a built-in function. Final, what we say, further inheritance can be avoided. So the int, it is returning an integer type. So then ordinal, it is a built-in method. So in same way how you say square root, we can't change the square root function name. Means we know what the square root is doing. Same way here also in ordinal. So here we are fixing. So it returns the ordinal value of invoking constant. Ordinal values begins at 0. So what is the ordinal default values? It starts from 0. We can compare the ordinal value of two constants of the same enumeration by using a compare to. So now suppose you can see in a string in anything. So if I say compare to, or we can give equal to, double time we give equal to. So that's what we use. There are two different ways for comparing two values. I want to know whether 4 is equal to 4 or not. Same way here, if you want to compare two enumeration constants, then we are using a built-in method called as a compare to, and it should be in the same format. So the general syntax for that is final int compare to. What is the enumeration type you are comparing? Whether you are comparing 4 or whether you are comparing Anaga and Anaga. So how you are comparing? Whether you are comparing with the number, whether you are comparing with string. So that's what enumeration type it says. So that's about the general form of ordinal and compare to. So the same way here, even dot compare to E2. So what is even? Just now I told even and E2 can be numbers, even and E2 can be strings, even E2 can be floating point, or even a single digit. It can be anything, constant also, character also, anything. So here in even and E2 should be a enumeration constant belonging to same enum type. So now what that it means is, now, second semester, I have Anaga and I have one more person, Raman. So what I said, if I make two lists, but these two, Raman and Anaga, should be present in second semester, name list. If it is so, then I can compare Raman and Anaga. But if I start taking Raman in second semester and some person maybe Rashmi in fourth semester, and if I start comparing, that becomes wrong, because one is in second semester, one is in fourth semester. That I cannot compare. So that's what here it means. It should be in the same class. So I can compare your same classmates, not with your seniors. So that is one thing we have to remember. Then compare to will return a negative value. If the ordinal values are equal, the method will return 0. Otherwise, it will return a positive number. So that's what here. If these two, so Raman, if I give Raman and Raman, then definitely it is true. If I give Anaga and Raman, then it will return me, it is not true. So in case then if I say Raman and Rashmi, Raman is second sem, Rashmi is fourth sem. So then I cannot compare like that. So that's what we have to do here. We can compare for equality and enumeration constant with any other object by using the equals, which overrides the equal method defined by the object. So even we have, I told you comparing two values. So in the same way, what the enumeration equality can also be compared with using the equals. So let us take one small example. Here in this case, we have already seen the same program. So we have an enumeration list. What is that enumeration list? That is a person. So in that person, we have a married, unmarried, divorced, and a widow. So the enumeration status, whether a person, we are creating one more enumeration and we are saying what is the status, whether he is a married or whether he is divorced. So that's what here the status also, we are creating one more status. Now what we are doing, we are creating three objects, P1, P2, P3 for enumeration person. So then we start, and one object M1 for status. Then we start comparing whether all the values. So whether P1, what we are giving in P1 we are saying it is married. And in P2 what we are doing, we are giving divorced. And in P3 again we are giving married. Then we start comparing whether P1 compared to P2, or whether P1 is equal to P2, whether less than 0, all these we start comparing each one of them. That's what here we are doing using the compare. Along with that, you can see in this program, we have equals also. Next, we move on to the type wrappers. What do we mean by type wrappers? Java uses a primitive types. So what do we mean by primitive data types? So you would have studied in data structure, primitive data type, non-primitive data type. What is primitive data type? Primitive means basic, like integer, string, character, a string type. So
slides move ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Slides move ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? So
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ವಿಂಡೋನೇ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ? ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಅವರು ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಟೈಪ್ wrapper? Okay. Yes. So here what we are doing, Java uses primitive types, also called as a simple types, such as integer, double, to hold the basic data types supported by the language. So primitive types rather than object are used for these quantities for the sake of performance. Using object for these values could add an unacceptable overhead to even a simplest of the calculation. Thus, the primitive types are not part of the object hierarchy and they do not inherit object. Despite the performance benefits offered by the primitive types, there are times when you will need an object representation. For example, you cannot pass a primitive type by the reference to a method. Also, many of the standard data structure implemented by Java operate on an object, which means that you cannot use these data structures to store primitive types. To handle these situations, Java provides type wrapper, which are the class that encapsulates a primitive type within an object. So you would have seen in other languages, we call it as a typecasting. So what is typecasting? Can anyone say what is typecasting?
Conversion of one data type to another data type.
Yes, correct. So what we are doing there is, suppose if I have taken by mistake integer, but my result is getting me a fraction. Suppose I have told 2 x and y, and I'm adding these two, but when I'm taking 2.0, 2.2. When I'm adding, I'll get 4.4. But if my sum is integer, then I'll get only 2, but I wanted 2.2. So in that case, we use a typecasting. So the same way here, so the type wrappers, what it will be doing is wrap. Wrapping means what? So you would have seen in your kindergarten or in your nursery or even in your schools, they say wrap your textbooks, wrap your notebooks. What you are doing? So you give one wrapper so that the book will be maintained good. So the same way here. So what is this type? Type means data type, whether integer, float, character, whatever it is. So for that, if we are wrapping, then we call it as a type wrappers or double. So you can use a double, float, long, integer, short, byte, character, and boolean. For all these, we can use a type wrappers. These classes offer a wide array of methods that allow you to fully integrate the primitive types into a Java's object hierarchy. So that's what I just told. Casting, what we are doing in other languages, we convert the one data type to another data type. Same way here, where all these are present. Suppose if I want to use a Boolean type. So from where I have to take, there is a built-in function, built-in things already present, like your methods, classes, whatever I want. So now if I say square root, where the square root is present, it is a method, but where it is present, it is present in a math.h. So what is this math.h? It is a header file. So in other languages we call, same way here in Java, what we are doing, Boolean. Suppose if I want in my program Boolean to be used, so then what I have to do, I have to include whereas in Java we call it as an import. So import that header file, that is java.language.boolean. So the same way, if I want to use byte, then I have to include a byte data type. So the same way, character, character, double, then float, integer, long, short, byte. If I want to use any of this, then I have to wrap or include all these header files. So in the same way, if I want to wrap a character type, character wrappers. So what is this character wrapper? A. I just want to wrap A, or I want to wrap R, something like that. So then we call it as a character. So character wrapper is a round of char. So you would have seen we'll be generally saying CHAR. So in the same way, integer, we don't say integer, we just write int. Same way here, even in a character also, we don't write completely character, but we know that CHAR means character. The constant, the constructors for character is a character. So character, CHAR, CH, you can give any variable. Here CH specifies the character that will wrap by the character object being created. To obtain the char value contained in the character object, all call char values shown here. So char value, it returns the encapsulated character. So Boolean wrapper, Boolean is a wrapper around Boolean values. It defines these constructors, Boolean value, so Boolean string, Boolean string. So in the first version, Boolean value must either be true or false. In the second version, if the Boolean string contains a string true in uppercase or lowercase, then the Boolean value object will be true. Otherwise, it will be false. To obtain Boolean value from the Boolean object, we use a Boolean value. So it returns the Boolean equivalent of invoking object. So the numeric type wrappers. So numeric means what? Integer. So it can be integer, float, whatever it is. So maybe 2, 2.4, something like that. Then we generally call it as a numeric. So the most commonly used type wrapper are those that represent numeric values. All the numeric type wrappers inherit the abstract class number. So number declares methods that return the value of an object in each of the different number formats. So you would have seen, we say for small kids, we say numbers start from 0 to 10. So what they will say, we will say them, these are all the numbers. So in numbers, again we say integer number, float number, fractional number. So we give so many things, decimal number, exponential number. All these are where these are all comes under the number. So these methods are shown below. It byte. So if I want to know what is a value of byte, then you can give a byte value. In the same way, I want to know what is a value of double, then you can give a double value. Similarly, float value, int value, long value, short value. I want to know what is a size taken or what is a short value. So then you can use all these built-in functions. In the same way, for double also you can use a double value. So what it will return? It will return an object as double, float value returns the value as a float, and so on. So these methods are implemented by each of the numeric type wrappers. All of the numeric type wrapper define constructor that allow an object to be constructed from a given value or a string representation of that value. For example, here are the constructor defined for integer. So integer int num. So or I can say integer string. So this is how we can use a constructor. So if string does not contain a valid numeric value, then the number format exception is thrown. All type of wrappers override to a string. It returns the human readable form of the value contained within the wrappers. This allows you to output the value by passing a type wrapper object to println, for example, without having to convert it into a primitive type. So let us take one small example, small program, and see how this type wrappers can be used in your programming. Okay, so class type wrapper, public static void main. So that is compulsory line where we use for any simple Java program. And now here, what are the type wrappers we have? We know that we have a character. So how I am using? We are just taking one variable called as a ch, and we have to declare that character and create an object for that. That is what we are using a new. And what is a character? We are storing in that ch. We are storing a hash symbol. So then display that, and I want to know what is the value of hash. Can anyone say what is the value of hash in ASCII code? What is the value of hash in the ASCII code? Yeah. So now, what is the value of hash in the ASCII code? You know about ASCII values? So that will return here if you give ch.char value. So in the same way for Boolean, true. What is the value for true? So in the same way for false, for integer value 12. So like this, we take all the values what are there for type wrappers. So in the same way for 21. But again, 21 also you can see it is not a number, but it is a string because it is in a two brackets, opening and closing. Int x, a dot int value, system dot out dot println, string s equals to integer 2 string, system dot out dot println. So that's about a type wrapper. In the same way here, we have something called as a auto boxing. So sometimes I have taken integer 2, but my addition will be 2.2. So then I have to typecast every time. I have to go to that line and convert that to 2.2 floating. Then I have to execute. So instead of doing all this, can anyone help me out doing this by automatically? So that's what we are saying it as a auto boxing. So auto means what? Automatically someone should help us in case if I have converting integer to object type. So then we may use something called as a auto boxing. Java added two important features, auto boxing and auto unboxing. Auto boxing is a process by which a primitive type is automatically encapsulated or boxed into its equivalent type wrapper whenever an object of that type is needed. There is no need to explicitly construct an object. Whereas in the auto boxing, the reverse of it. It's a process by which the value of the boxed object is automatically extracted from a type wrapper when its value is needed. There is no need to call a method such as int value or a double value. So an addition of auto boxing and auto unboxing greatly streamlines the code of general algorithms, removing the manually doing boxing and unboxing values So that's what I told, casting. So you want to convert that to integer to float, maybe from one type to object to integer or float. So these the process instead of a programmer doing, if the compiler only will do, it will be better. So that is a work of boxing and auto boxing and auto unboxing. However, it is very important to generate which operates only on objects. Finally, autoboxing makes working with the collection framework much easier. With autoboxing, it is no longer necessary to manually construct an object in order to wrap primitive type. We need only assign that value to a type wrapper reference. Java automatically construct the object for you. For example, here is a modern way to construct an integer object that has a value 100. That's what here you can see, integer object equal to 100. So autobox and int. Notice that no object is explicitly created through the use of new. Java handles this for you automatically. To unbox an object, simply assign that object reference to a primitive type variable. For example, to unbox we can use a line something like this. So I want to unbox. So I have an integer type and I want to change it. So then we use it as we can make it as a IOB. So what it is doing, it is unboxing. So Java handles the details like this. So here the preceding program rewrites to use autoboxing and unboxing. So demonstrating the boxing and unboxing class autobox. So what we are doing, public static void main, then integer what is the value we have in a boxing? We have 100 and that to be unboxed. So that's what here you can see, this is unboxed. Then system.out.println. So what we are doing, so this is a class and in this class we have a integer value. This is autoboxed and integer. So then display. So what it is doing, it is displaying a 100. So that's what here this program is doing. So what this program is doing, autoboxing and unboxing. So what is autoboxing it is doing, you can see this is an integer. So integer and this 100 is stored in a box, means object type. So then this again in turn, so the whatever is there in object, we are making it to a integer. So integer type, that is I. So then display that both the values. So autoboxing and methods. So autoboxing, in addition to a simple case of assignment, autoboxing automatically occurs whenever primitive type must be converted into an object. Auto unboxing takes place whenever an object must be converted into a primitive type. Thus, autoboxing and unboxing might occur when an argument is passed to a method, when a value is returned by the method. For example, consider the program. We can see here a method. So autoboxing and unboxing takes place with the method parameter and returns a value. So here this is a class, class name, and here we have a m as a method, and what is a parameter we are passing? We are passing an integer, and what it is returning? It is returning a v. So and what is that type? It is a static type. This is an example where of autoboxing and how we pass some values to the parameter and how it is returned. So the same way here, assigning, passing the values to a method and how the value of that method is passed to the object, then again the object is printed. So the same way public static void main and how we are passing. So here we are passing a integer value. So int, what is the value we are passing for a method m? We are passing a value 100 and we are just displaying that 100 with this is a auto boxed value. So IOB is what? Auto boxed. So this program display the result 100. In the program, notice that m specifies an integer parameters and returns an int result. Inside m main, m is passed the value 100 because m is expecting an integer. This value is automatically boxed. Then m returns the integer equivalent to its argument. Thus, this causing a v to be auto unboxed. Next, in the int value is assigned to a IOB. IOB is what? Auto boxed in the main method, which will in turn give a value for the auto boxed. So in the same way, if I do it with respect to expression. So suppose if I say you have taken int x comma y comma z, then what I am doing, x plus y, and I'm storing that x plus y in a z. So x I am initially I have told it as integer. Now when I'm making it, I may make it as a float. So then how to convert this to a object and in turn give the value as a integer. Suppose if I'm using them in the expression. So then what we have to, in general, auto boxing and unboxing takes place whenever a conversion into an object or from an object is required. This applies to expression. Within an expression, a numeric object is automatically unboxed. The outcome of the expression is revoked. If necessary, for example, consider the program. So now we can see here auto box 3. So what is this? This is a method. So in this, what we are doing, we are calling a main method, and here you can see integer. So what is the integer? What is we are initializing? We are initializing IOB as integer. IOB2 is also integer, and we are taking int as I. Now, I also a data type as integer, and we are passing the IOB. IOB is what? Integer auto boxed. So what is the value we are passing? We are passing 100, and we are displaying that original value of IOB. So what is this IOB? IOB is auto boxed. So then increment that auto box. So what is that increment we are doing? We are automatically increasing. What is the value of IOB? 100. So then plus is what? Increment the auto boxed value. After that, system.out.println, we are just printing the incremented value. So then again, we are doing some expression. So IOB plus IOB by divided by 3. So then display again a IOB2. The same way here, one more time, this is for a auto boxed, this is for ordinary I value. So then display the I value. So what is it happened? So the output of this program, so because the original value, what is the original value of IOB? It is 100. So 100 will be displayed. So after that, we are incrementing. So incrementing, what it will do? We have 100, one time increment will be 101. So that's what here 101 will be displayed. So after the expression. So after what is the expression here we have? Sorry. So what is the expression we have here? IOB plus IOB divided by 3. So IOB value is what? IOB value now it is changed to 101 divided by 3, and that value add to already present IOB value. So then the resultant of that will be 134. So then again increment. So that is what it is happening in this program. So this caused the value in IOB to be incremented. It works like IOB is unboxed, the value is incremented, and the result is reboxed. And auto unboxing also allow you to mix different types of numeric objects in an expression. Once the value are unboxed, the standard type of promotion and conversions are applied. For example, in the program, perfectly valid. Okay. So now let me give you a small example for this. So suppose if you have ordered anything in Amazon or anywhere in the online. Suppose let me say tomorrow is festival. Then what we do, we may order some phone. Let us assume that your classmate has ordered a phone. What the Amazon will do, it will wrap the phone, will be wrapped in such a way that if the wrapper is perfect, even the air container will also be wrapped around the mobile, so that if they throw the box, the mobile should not be spoiled. What that we are saying? Boxing. Okay. So let me say Raman has booked and Amazon has sent. So Amazon will not give only the mobile. So complete covering the mobile with air pack, everything, it will be covered, and the delivery boy will come and give to Raman. So what is that? That is boxed. The mobile is boxed in a tight, airtight container so that the mobile should not be spoiled. Okay, once it comes back, what Raman will do, he will open and check out. Yes, so then what is that is called? That is called unboxing. And Raman checked it, and whatever the features he has asked for Amazon, but by mistake they would have given something else. Then what he will do? Again, he will cancel that. What he has to do, what the delivery person will say, whatever how was the mobile, it should be in the same condition. Again, that will be dispatched. So this is the same fashion where we are doing is a boxing and unboxing. So prevents error. So in the addition to auto boxing and unboxing helps in the preventive errors. In addition to the convenience that it offers, auto boxing and unboxing can also help prevent error. For example, consider the program unboxing error. So what we are doing, integer. So that is auto boxed, 1000 rupees, 1000 is auto boxed in a integer. Then again it will be converted. So manually byte value. Suppose you say that I want to know what is a byte value of IOB. IOB is a auto boxed, and that we are storing it in an integer, that is I. So then here, because it is a byte value, definitely we'll get the error here. So the program display does not expect the value 1000, but it will be displaying a wrong value because we are calling a byte value method. So then it will be converting. The conversion will take in a different fashion because it is taking it to, this is a auto boxed, and we are converting, we are saying we are using the byte value built-in method. What is there in IOB? 1000. So what is a byte value of this 1000? But how I am storing this byte value? I am storing in integer. So this will be a problem. So this conversion is not correct. Okay, so in general, because auto boxing always create a proper object and auto unboxing always produces a proper value, there is no way for the process to produce a wrong type of object or a value. In the rare instance where you want a type different than that produced by a automated process, you can still manually box and unbox values. Of course, the benefits of auto boxing or unboxing are lost. In general, new code should employ auto boxing and unboxing. It is the way that modern Java code will be written. So a word of warning now, that the Java includes auto boxing and auto unboxing, some might be tempted to use object in such a way that either it may be integer or double exclusively. So in that case, primitives altogether, it is possible. So for example, if you want auto boxing and unboxing, it is possible in writing the code something like this. So what we have, can do is a equals to 10.10, and we have told that ABC value are double, and A value we are storing 10, B value we are storing 40, and C we are storing we are calling the square root of A into A plus B into B, and that we are using a built-in function square and from a class called as a math. And here, so in this again we are displaying a C. So what did we say? We told that A, B, C are a double. So that's what here conversion of this will be difficult. In this example, object of type double. Stop here. We'll continue. Okay. So here what we have done. So in this example, object of type double holds value that are used to calculate the very high values of a right triangle. Although this code is technically correct and does in fact work properly, it is very bad for using the auto boxing and unboxing. It is far less efficient than the equivalent code written using a primitive type double. The reason is that each auto and auto unboxing add overhead that is not present if the primitive types is used. So in general, we can restrict to use the type wrapper only those cases in which an object representation of primitive types is required. So auto boxing, unboxing was not added to a Java as the backdrop way of eliminating the primitive types. So next we start with the annotation. So before we start the annotation, so one is Shashank. Yeah. Today's date is 19. Anaga, answer your attendance. Anaga. Anaga is your
Yes, ma'am.
Abhilash,
Yes, ma'am.
Akhil, Akrut, Anusha,
Yes, ma'am.
Arvind.
Yes, ma'am. After this.
Arvind is there? Arvind? Who will answer? Whom I should ask?
Ma'am, Akrut.
Akrut. Akrut Mat. Akhil? Akhil is present. Arvind is present. Arifullah.
Yes, ma'am.
Benaka.
Present, ma'am.
Vanu Prakash.
Yes, ma'am.
Bhargav.
Yes, ma'am.
Rehmatullah.
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra.
Present, ma'am.
Chandana. Chandana. What happened to Chandana? Why she's not attending? Charan. Charan. Darshan.
Present, ma'am.
Diksha.
Present, ma'am.
Dakshayani.
Present, ma'am.
Kishan.
Present, ma'am.
Harshit. Harshit. Hemalata.
Present, ma'am.
Uma.
Present, ma'am.
Jayant.
Present, ma'am.
Divya.
Yes, ma'am.
Kaushik.
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi.
Present, ma'am.
Lavanya. Lavanya. Manish.
Present, ma'am.
Lavanya present, ma'am. She has mic issues.
Manoj.
Present, ma'am.
Mohit.
Yes, ma'am.
Naval.
Present, ma'am.
Navya.
Present, ma'am.
Nikhil. Nikhil. Panindra. Panindra. Pavan.
Yes, ma'am.
Pooja. Pooja. Purnima. Purnima. Raman.
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi. Rupak.
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Sai Kumar.
Present, ma'am.
Samir. Santosh. Santosh. Sadab.
Present, ma'am.
Charan.
Excuse me, ma'am. Santosh present here.
Santosh.
Yes, ma'am.
Shashank.
Present, ma'am.
Sheetal. Shivani. Sheetal. Shivani. Soumyashri.
Present, ma'am.
Spurti.
Present, ma'am.
Sri Vishnu.
Present, ma'am.
Sugandhini,
Present, ma'am.
Sushma, Sushmita, Sushmita you,
Present, ma'am.
Tirtha,
Present, ma'am.
Trupti,
Present, ma'am.
Varsha,
Present, ma'am.
Veena,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Purnima, present, ma'am.
When I have called Punima, you have to answer, no Punima.
Network issue, ma'am.
Okay, marked.
Ma'am, Sushmita BS present, ma'am. Ma'am, Sushmita BS present, ma'am.
Yeah, marked. Anybody else? Okay, so before we stop, let's just summarize. So what we have covered in today's class. So what we have done, we have started with enumeration, how the enumerations can be used in inheritance. And we have seen that if you want to use a list of constants and positions also. So now I gave you an example. Anaga is taking first USN as 01 and Veena is taking USN as 59. So like this we give a positions. So then we call it as we can use a built-in function called as a ordinal. And so that's what we have seen here, one example how to use ordinal. And in case if we want to compare two enumerations, then we use a built-in method called as a compare to. And what is a general syntax? This is what the general syntax: final, temp, compare, final, the data type you can use as an integer. So then compare to what is the enumeration type. So I can compare Java marks, Java theory marks or lab marks within second semester students only. I cannot compare Java marks with second semester and fourth semester students. That's what here compare to is also. Means the enumeration should be in the same group. It cannot be with the two different groups. So that's what we have seen here, compare to. So then we have seen about a person, that is married, unmarried, divorced, widow, and married and divorced. So then type wrapper. So how we have seen converting from one to another. Same way here, if I want to use any wrapper classes, then we have to use a respective header files. In case if I want to use a boolean, then I have to use a header file called as a boolean. Similar fashion with other types, other primitive types like byte, character, float, double int, long, short, and a void. So in the same way, character type. So character type, we can use a character wrappers using a character. We generally say it as a CHAR. So in the same way, if you want a value, then you can use a character value. Same fashion with a boolean wrapper. So if you want a value of boolean, then you can use a bool value. In the same way, either for an integer, you can use a bool value. If you want for a string, then you can use a boolean string. In the same way, numeric type wrappers. So what are the numeric type wrappers we can use? We can use a byte. So if I want a byte value, then you can use a built-in function byte value. So in the same way, double. If you want a double value, then you can use a double value. In the same way, float, integer, long, short, all these values you want, you can use a built-in function, a float value, int value, long value, and a short value. So that's an example here how we can use them. This is one small program what we have seen about wrapper classes, how the character value can be taken. The character, special character here, we have taken it as a hash. What is the value of that? In the same way, if I use a boolean, true. So what is the value for the true? In the same way, for false, what is the value? For integer, that is for 12, what is the value? The same way, integer, but it is within a parenthesis, then that becomes a string. So then what is the value for that? In the same way, x value, x is a character. So in the same way, 25, what is the value of 25? Like this, we give this all the values for a type wrapper class. Then auto boxing means converting from one primitive type to another object. So then that is what is called the auto boxing. The same way, reverse of it. we are converting the primitive type to object class and object class to a primitive type, then it is called as a auto unboxing. Boxing means what? Converting an integer value to a object type. That is what is a auto boxing. Then what is auto unboxing? Auto unboxing, converting the object type to a primitive types, is called as a auto unboxing. Then how the methods can be used with respect to auto boxing? Yes, we can use a built-in methods with the auto unboxing. That's what here we have seen. One method called as a M, and what are the parameters we are passing? We are passing an integer, and what is the value? V. So some integer value we are passing, and we want a value, return that value. So again, it should be auto boxed and convert that to an integer and return the value. Return, the method should return a value V. Means what is the value present in the V, that should be returned. So here in the same way, here we are passing the integer to a auto boxed value and display them. The same way, auto boxing and unboxing, can we use it in expression? Yes, we can use. What is expression? Expression means, like if I say 2 plus 2 equal to, what is the value? 4. This is what expression. In this expression also, can we use auto boxing and auto unboxing? Yes, we can use them. So this is a program where we are just showing how to use auto boxing and unboxing with respect to expression. So if we can see here, plus plus. What is this plus plus? Increment. So the same way here you can see addition as well as division, and here also addition and division. So these are the expressions. Expressions are used, but again here boxing and unboxing is occurring. So IOB is what? Auto boxed, and here I is what? It is unboxed. The value is unboxed and stored it in the I. So that's what here auto boxing and unboxing is occurring. So then whether auto boxing and unboxing helps preventing the error, but when should we use? When should we use the auto boxing and unboxing? Only when we feel that converting that manually is difficult, only then we have to use auto boxing and unboxing. So that's what here the word of wrapping, how you can see here double, we have given ABC as a value, whereas in C what we are doing, we are converting, we are calculating A into A plus B into B, and the square of that to be given. So that's what here the conversion, again it is difficult. About the summary what we have done. So hope so tomorrow we don't have class because of a general holiday, and maybe by next class I will try to complete your 4th unit. Any doubts? Any doubts in this? 1 or 2 minutes I'll wait. Any doubts you can ask me. Why people are remaining absent in the class? So many of them. Akshayani, what's the problem? Why your friends are not regular? Akil. Akshayani. Oh, why they are not coming regularly? Chandan, Charan, Arshit. Panindra, Nikhil. See, we have to update. So if you remain absent, the same will be updated. Sharan.
I'll ask and let you know.
Yeah, that's right. Sushma, Ivy. These many people are absent for today's class. The same thing I'll be uploading in your BIMS, and you may get the same message. Okay, any doubts? Okay, so for your internals is your next week, right? Next 26, 27, 28 is your internals. Yes or no? Your internal is next week?
Yes, ma'am.